Well, you've gone and done it now. You don't care what your wife said, you don't care what your husband said, you don't care what your significant other said, you don't care whether you can afford it or not, but you've gone and done it now. You bought a motorcycle. Whether you are young and have an old bike, or old and have a new bike, or you took a gap like me of about 25 years and then bought a motorcycle, you're standing in your garage now looking at 2 more wheels than were there yesterday, and you're feeling a little overwhelmed because now you got to personalize it, right? Well, of course you do. So here I am. I'm going to tell you what I've learned in all of this time. It can be a little overwhelming, so if things overwhelm you, you might want to pause this video and maybe break out a piece of paper and take some notes or something. But here's how it goes. ADV, modular, full face. Do the boots come all the way to the knee, mid-rise, or low? Do you need new foot pegs? Do you need to raise your foot pegs? Do you need handlebars raised up? And if so, do the brake lines need to be replaced because they're too short? I started off with hard bags, didn't like them, moved to soft bags. And before Nelson Rig, thank you very much, decided to support our channel, I spent forever on YouTube trying to figure out which ones I wanted and which ones would work for me and how much I'm going to spend on them. I mean, because you could blow a lot of money on a bag that ain't going to work for you and may not last. Or do you go a lower priced option and take the risk? And where you're going to go is going to dictate what tires you use, and that we're going down an entirely different road for that. Oh my gosh, they said there'd be no math. 80-20, 60-40, 70-30, 50-50. I've already gone through a couple of sets. I found the ones I've liked, but it's not because I was any good at researching. It was only because a buddy of mine told me. It depends on what you're riding, it depends on where you're going, it depends on what you're going to do when you get there. How about windshields? We had that discussion a little while ago, and it's a laundry list of apparel. We got mesh, we got Gore-Tex, we got street, we got ADV, we've got all kinds of grades of ADV, and then all of the suppliers. And do they come in your size? How much are they? How much are you willing to spend? You've already broke the bank in buying the bike. Are people going to be able to see me with my old halogen lights? Or do I need to upgrade them to LED? And what kind of LEDs go to my bike, and will they last long, and are they bright enough? Do I need auxiliary lights? And if so, which ones? Do I get the cheapos on Amazon that may or may not last for 2 rides? Or do I spend $400 on some lights that probably shine just as brightly and may or may not have been made in China? Stress not, because it's not that big of a deal. You just have to get into the right mindset of the motorcycle hobby. It's expensive, it's going to be expensive, and you're going to have to make decisions that you will regret. It's crazy. It's overwhelming. I understand. I've been there. I can't tell you how many times I've done things twice on my bike because I ordered the wrong chain. Speaking of chains, do I clean it every time? Do I oil it every time? Do I not oil it every time? And how important is chain slack, and how much is there supposed to be? Oil! Do I use synthetic oil, or do I use the natural blood of the dinosaur? Forums will disagree all day long and leave you hanging in the middle because you haven't gotten any answers except from the manual. Speaking of the manual, make sure you get the right one. Made that mistake too. So what do? You spend all your time on YouTube University trying to get opinions from everybody else when you know just as a matter of fact that you're going to order something. There's a 50-50 chance you're not going to like it and you're going to have to either eBay it or send it back. Well, just get used to it. It's an expensive hobby that you've picked and there's no way around it. Enjoy the ride.